Happy Friday! Welcome to Fortson Farm Fridays. I'm Mary, the Center Director here at Fortson 4-H Center. Today we're going to learn about fire, why it's important, and how to build a campfire. Remember, when working with fire or building campfires, to have adult permission and supervision. So why are fires important? Well, they definitely are fun in the fall for making s'mores and fellowship with friends, but they also have important ecological and historical impacts. Ecologically, species like pine depend on fire to help stimulate growth. Fire also, whether it's a wildfire or a prescribed burn done by humans, helps to thin hardwoods and forests and stimulate succession. Historically, fire has been very important from humans, from clearing of land for agriculture, to cooking, to power, and to light. For a fire to be successful, there are three things that have to be in place. One is oxygen. Fire needs good airflow, and oxygen actually feeds the fire. We also need a heat source. Typically for our heat source, you might use a torch or matches for a campfire, or a flint could work as well. You also need a fuel source. Now for a campfire, we typically use wood as our fuel source, and we can actually categorize that wood into three different categories. The first being tinder. So tinder can be several items that we can easily collect on the forest floor, from pine needles to dry leaves, but you could also use items from your home, such as torn up cardboard, or we don't have it here, but lint. We also need kindling for our fire, and kindling is going to consist of small limbs and branches. Lastly, we need chopped wood. Now this could be collected from the forest if you have a tree that's fallen, or sometimes you might need to remove a tree from your property. But we're able to, here at Fortson, when we have a tree that's fallen, to cut that wood up and save it for our campfires. That's why campfires are so fun, because we can easily collect the items. The two most common types of fires that one could build for a campfire are a teepee campfire, so if you can see, looks like a teepee, and a log cabin campfire. Typically at Fortson, we use this style of campfire. The crisscross or log cabin campfire actually creates a nice bed of coals for cooking, so it's a lot of fun to use for s'mores nearing the end of a campfire class. Now, let's go build a campfire. All right, y'all, let's build a campfire. Again, remember, when building a campfire and lighting your fire, have adult permission and supervision. So with me, I've got our tinder, we've got our kindling, and we've also got our chopped wood over here. I'm actually going to start with the chopped wood, and we're going to build our log cabin base. And you're going to just start with putting two logs on the bottom there, parallel. Then you'll do two more perpendicular to those. And honestly, sky's the limit. You could keep building this up as big as you wanted. The taller you go, the bigger the fire. I'm gonna stop at 3 layers here. So now that I've made my log cabin base, I'm actually gonna put my tinder in the middle. And remember, you wanna be able to have airflow in your fire because that oxygen feeds your fire. So my tinder, I'm gonna start with a little pile of dried leaves and pine needles. I'm also gonna throw in some scraps of cardboard. We want it nice and loose. We want that airflow. You also want to remember, you want your items to be nice and dry. If they're wet, you're going to have a lot of smoke from your campfire. Also, the limbs, the branches, the wood that you collect, you want to make sure it's on the forest floor, that it's not attached to a live tree, because the greener your wood is, the more smoke you're also going to have with your campfire. Lastly, we're going to take our kindling and we are going to create our kindling teepee here in the middle. Sometimes you may need to break up your kindling. And again, you want to keep this part loose as well. So that you have good airflow and oxygen to feed your fire. All right, let's get ready to light our fire. Once you get your campfire going, it's time for the s'mores, songs, and campfire stories. We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Fortson Farm Fridays. Please leave a comment below about how you like to toast your marshmallow for s'mores. Have a great weekend. I said a boom, chicka boom.
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 I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka boom.
I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka boom.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Oh